Ho! Ho! Motherfucking ho! Xiaomi Tablet 5. Man, it was a fucking journey to get this. So what I did was nothing short of a fucking miracle. First of all, what you want to do when you want to get one of these is that you have to wake up at 10 a.m. and then you literally have to sit around the computer and then wait until that page refreshes. And you want to spam the buy button and spam the pay right now button. You're just like, shove in your money, take me my money. And then, if you are lucky enough, you might be able to get one of these. And I was actually quite lucky. I got it on the second round. I didn't get it on the first round of pre-orders, but I got it on the second round. And here it is, the Xiaomi Tablet 5. This one is the Pro model. The top of the line of the Pro model. No, actually, not the 5G. It's the top of the line of the Pro model. And this is my face when I got it. Yes. I was thinking about whether this thing is just going to be a runner-upper in the tablet world, or it's actually going to be an iPad Pro killer. It became very apparent what it is. It is coming for blood. Let's recap a little bit from last time what I've seen, like with the Xiaomi tablet. It is about, 40% of the price of an actual iPad Pro 11-inch. It have every spec on par, or just slightly off par comparing to the iPad Pro, and some of them even better, like the bigger battery, the quicker charge speed. Man, this thing is a jack of all trades in the tablet world. And I'll show you exactly why. First of all, important. Let's talk about the screen. Because on a tablet, all you want is a very big screen, and a very good screen as well. And this is exactly what you would call a very good screen. 120 Hz refresh rate, HDR10, 2650 x 1600 as a resolution, which is slightly above 2K. They call it 2.5K. Well, I doubt that, but they call it 2.5K, so I'm just gonna say, okay, it's 2.5K now. And maximum brightness of about 500 nits. It's not the best, but you can totally get around with it. And just looking at the screen makes me feel like, wow, my LG V60, that feels like it's from last year. No, it feels like it's from last decade for the 60 Hz refresh rate. Man, 120 Hz is good. And I haven't tried out any HDR content on this, but it's an LCD screen. It's not an OLED. It means it's a little bit more reliable, a little bit more long-lasting, but it also means that the contrast is actually quite a bit, worse than an OLED screen. But I wouldn't bother, because the black is dark enough that it doesn't really matter, and the brights, this thing gets plenty bright. So I'm very happy with it. Really happy with it. The screen is good. And then we can move on to the cameras. They work. Nothing more to say. They'll get you through online classes, and they can get you through, taking pictures of the notes on the whiteboard. It's not going to do anything more. And then we should be talking about the design, which I feel like that is another point that they nailed. Which, we just gonna, take Apple's design and change it a little bit on them, so teacher doesn't find out that you copied it. Yeah, this is exactly like an iPad Pro in design, except they got that Xiaomi signature camera bump, and that's about it. I mean, I'm not complaining. Do you think I'm complaining? No, this thing looks fantastic. But also, I sort of wish it had the rounded edge because it does hurt holding it like this in your hand. It does create like two grooves on your hand. I don't know. It's a massive first world problem, but still, just something I want to say. And those are the very big three things that, people probably care about. The looks, the screen, and the camera. But, I care quite a bit more about this entire package. So let's talk something that, only the geeks like me will really care. 67 watts charging. And that is about 47 watts more than Apple. Which means this thing charged from empty to full within about an hour. My phone not even my phone can do that. For Christ's sakes. And it was like, I was charging this and my phone alongside one another. My phone is like 50. This thing's full already. Like, I used it all day, and then my phone charged from 0, it only goes to 50, and this is full. That really goes to show how fast this thing it is to charge. And there's no longer that kind of whoopsie moment of, I didn't charge overnight, so that I'm gonna die in the middle of a class. No, just plug it in the wall. Like, sit around it for maybe 10 minutes. You'll get like 20% of battery if you're at very low. Legit, you're gonna get about 15 to 20% of battery, and it can get you through the entire class. It is 8,600 milliamps of battery, which totally enough. It is like two phones. And then you can use this 120 hertz refresh rate screen as a 60 hertz, and then that will save you a little bit more battery. But personally, I've been using it the entirety of the day yesterday. I've been abusing it with the battery. I've been watching video at full volume. I've been doing all sorts of testing. I was installing app and transferring apps. I was actually using this to charge my FIO Q3 DAC, the DAC amp. I charge it from 0 to full as well. And the battery didn't budge. It legit, like, it stood up all the way from morning, like 10 a.m. all the way to about 10 p.m. It was basically always screen on, and I was using it all the time, and man, it is all-day tablet. It gets a lot of battery life. And then, what about, let's talk about something that I did not come to expect. Actually, I did, but I actually sort of exceeded my expectation for the sound. It's good. It's really good. The thing with this tablet is that it's just have so much speakers. It have 8. It's sort of on par with the sound, in quality comparing to the 13-inch iPad Pro, not the 11-inch. Because I owned one of those before. Those are pretty striking. But this, it have Dolby Atmos in there. I know it's not an audiophile's choice, but man, if you're just listening, like, passively to it, it is downright impressive. Hold on. Let's listen to that again. It's worthy of another listen. I know it probably shows absolutely nothing about the sound capability of this, but I will tell you this. The sound of this feels rich. In comparison with the iPad Pro, I remember it had a little bit less sub bass, but I can totally live with that because this thing with the Dolby Atmos on, it is the widest sound I have heard for a very long time. I remember back in the day when I was really impressed by the first pair of like actual good speakers that I listened to. I think it was a Wolfendale Diamond A1. And let me tell you, I was on a triangulated placement. It was just perfectly set up, and then I was listening. I loved it. This thing had more soundstage. I don't know. My brain might be fooled, but this thing's soundstage, it wraps around you. And there are a few modes. Video mode, it will be just really wide and wraps around you, but you really lose a lot of the detail. My preferred mode is the music mode, which actually somehow they will pick out the mid frequencies, like the vocals and the instruments, and they will send you down the middle. They'll send it down the middle to you. And the rest of the sound will be coming like surround sound. And it is going to be a little bit woofy in the surround sound, but nobody really cares about those sound. You just want to know that they're there. So those sound actually surrounds you and hugs you. I'm not sure, but that's pretty fantastic of an experience. Like, you're not gonna supposed to be using it as like a active listening device, which, I mean, if you're using the tablets as active listening device, you need to seek help. But as just like a thing that plays background music, watching videos, the sound on this, it really, really is good. It's surprising. It is so goddamn just comfortable as a sound. And man, I hope like laptops start getting something like this. Shut up, phone. I don't care. Because this tablet is really, really thin, and it can get this many speakers in. And laptop, come on. I'm waiting for you to get more speakers in you. Anyway, then let's talk about why this is actually only part 1 of the video, because as you can see, this is only the tablet. And, you know, I have to be very brutally honest with you. A tablet on its own is nothing more than a YouTube machine. There's really not much else you can do with a tablet if it's just on its own. I bought the pen and keyboard that came along with it. And I feel like it's what's gonna kick it alive into high gear. Like, so that it can become like actually a productivity machine. I have installed many things on it that is getting ready for the keyboard and the keyboard and the pen, but it's not here yet. I bought them separately. Like, I got the tablet the first try. The first try. And then the keyboard and the pen, the keyboard, I actually get it on a second try, which is still alright. It's still on the way in the mailing process, and that'll come, like, probably today or tomorrow. And the pen, that's a little bit more painful, because everyone on, like, sort of the Chinese eBay, was a Xianyu, they're basically asking, oh, I want to buy this pen. It was 350 RMB, which is about $50 US. They say, oh, can I buy this pen for, like, $100 US? They're literally asking for double the price just to get a pen. I got the pen. It's on the way, but you know how I got it? I paid extra. I didn't pay that much extra, but I paid extra to get the pen so that I can get it to you guys. But, oh, man, I hope Xiaomi can pick up on their productions, because seriously, this thing is selling like hotcakes. No, hotcakes doesn't sell. It's selling like, I don't know, the latest Apple. Fuck it. It's so good, and it just sells so well, and it's so hard to get your hands on one. I'll do like the part 2 of the review with this tablet once I have those devices. But for now, it is just basically a YouTube watching device. And oh, also, Snapdragon 878, did I forgot? It's also pretty good for games. Yeah, I tried some PUBG Mobile on it, and it feels like you're always using a fucking 4x scope, because it is 4 times the screen size. And also the PPI is around 300. I think it was 273, which is actually phone level. What's not to love? Seriously, what's not to love about this? If you are interested in playing games, and if you're interested in watching YouTube in very big screen, oh man, this is for you. And you don't need to buy any accessories. And the keyboard and the pen, I have lined up some more stuff for it. And you guys can stay tuned for part 2 when that arrives. Hopefully in sometime next week. See ya next time. Bye-bye. Awkward end card time. You know, every time when I say end card time, I don't really have an end card because I just upload it on my phone without any editing. Huh. That's kind of weird.